I do identify as a text-based director, and it took me a long time to, I think it was maybe in grad school, to like put words to it, just because I like words and I like language. And so I would come to the work thinking like, oh, everybody hears this in the text, or hears this kind of musicality, or likes picking it apart in this way. And I have come to learn that that is not necessarily true about everybody, but it is what keeps me coming back to works like, Shakespeare, like Jane Austen. I also adapt a little too. But for me, and it's something that's kept me actually quite sane in this moment, is identifying as a text-based director and coming to a play like this, where I think like the language is the special effects, right? And this is somebody who was originally trained as a scenic designer. So like coming from that design background, I really love it when the text is the special effects, which I think it is in this adaptation. And I feel very privileged and have worked hard at being a text-based director, right? Both of those things can be true. And so that's really because we've been doing so much of this online theater. And, I think it's interesting because we're in this like moment where sometimes theater making, when it's solely online and we all have these great cameras and technology, can like pitch a little bit towards short films. Which is totally fine, and like that's its own thing. But I think being a text-based director in this particular moment has actually been really fruitful for me, because I think that's the main thing that we all have to work with. And the text is just so good in this production.
Well, I'm just so excited because I think the fact that you are a text-based director and the fact that you are also an adapter, and I'm so excited that you're also a scenic designer, because that is like there is this whole you see the world in a way that I really appreciate, because I don't have to and I'm not supposed to either, come in and whisper in your ear, I don't like this. This is how it's supposed to be. I know this is going to go this way. I mean, from the first minute of rehearsal, it was like, which was on Jane Austen's birthday. Hey, hey. It was this, Lavina brings this huge energy and understanding to the text that I just really appreciate. I love that rehearsal is my job is done, and I love being able to watch someone else do their job, and to like, it's not about, because I've worked with directors who it's like their way of putting a stamp on the work is in a way revising what's on the page. And I really appreciate that you are taking what's on the page and appreciating it for what it is, and then also interpreting it, which is so different than revising it. And this is like, I'm just so excited that this is something that's so, it's just lively. It's not slow. It's not boring. It's not archaic. And it's about, and it is all about the text, but it's all about your interpretation and this cast interpretation of the text, which is super, I just go, yay. It's like, here's the blueprint and you're building a house. And I really like the bay windows you've picked out, just so you know.
Well, thanks. It's a
They
really
go really well.
Yeah. So when I was thinking about trying to produce a play, it was like September, and I'm in Las Vegas, so it was very warm, and I just thought, I'm pretty sure in January we're all still going to be stuck inside, and it's just I just was like, okay, I don't want to do anything heavy. Like, I want to do something that is delicious and comfort food and fun, that people will like want to celebrate the holiday watching. And then I looked at some like Noel Coward plays. I looked at some like Oscar Wilde and stuff. And I was like, actually, there's a lot of physical comedy in Noel Coward that I forgot about. And I was like, that's not for Zoom. At least, like, it's not my first choice for Zoom. And Jane Austen was such a perfect fit because, as you said, the language is the star. The language is the special effect. And so I thought, if we're going to do anything on Zoom, Jane Austen is the perfect fit, because we can put that language front and center. And although Jane Austen is a comfort food, it also has a lot of life lessons there is so much depth to the text. It's not cotton candy, it's more like, I don't know, an eclair.